right, injuries are Trent Williams had a thumb dislocation, Bibbs shoulder dislocation, Anderson knee MCL sprain, and Apke aggravated that hamstring.
What Adrian was able to do late in the game, just kind of taking the game over there. How impressed have you been with just his entire body of work this season?
I've been very impressed, without a doubt. Bounced back after the fumble, and you just got to keep feeding a guy like that. You try to become. You don't want to become too one-dimensional. You got to try to mix in some play passes here and there. We got to do a better job of that on first, second down. But be able to rely on a guy like that in that situation is critical for the success of this football team.
Jay, when you brought up the fumble, when he has that kind of fumble, do you even need to say anything to him? Do you look for anything in his eyes or anything like that to see that, after not
what
so
do you
much
want me to say? He's already feels sick enough about it, and we preach ball security, but.
The question would be then, when you see a guy like that, what kind of competitors do you want to give him the ball a little bit more because you know that he's probably going to go out there a little something extra?
Well, it doesn't change the fact that I'm going to want to give him the ball. I don't get concerned about fumbles. I don't really get concerned about, we just got to coach him up. But, he's a great player. He's had a few fumbles in his career before, but obviously he's shown why he continues to get the ball because he makes big plays at the end.
Jay, can you walk us through what your thoughts were as that play developed with Adrian and you saw Brandon Sheriff kind of set that block? Can you walk us through your thoughts as it was happening in real time?
I saw the hole develop, and I saw Brandon ready to hunt. And once you see the hole ready and Brandon with his eyes on his target, something good's about to happen. Brandon's the best puller in pro football, and, it was a great hole, great call. Coach Callahan called that play, and big-time results and a critical situation.
Jay, I think you agree that the defense is kind of carrying this team at the moment. When did you first kind of get a sense that the defense might be this good?
Well, I think we've invested some resources in the defense, hoping they would pay off. Jonathan and Payne, and obviously Preston Carrigan's first rounder, going out and getting Josh and DJ and re-signing Zach Brown, and obviously Mason Foster. So, we're hoping that this is what we're trying to build. In this division, you got to play great defense, in my opinion, and this is critical for our success. Until we get going offensively, we have to win games like this, and there's nothing wrong with that. It counts the same in a win column, and we'll take it.
DJ emerged when he got here immediately as a leader and as a vocal guy, but how has he developed in his 2 years here as a player?
Well, he was a good player at Arizona. He just we got him, and I think the biggest thing is just the continuity with the calls and the system and the people around him. I think is getting just more and more comfortable. Like I said, he didn't have a lot of time with Monte last year. We rotated safeties. Everett played. We had a bunch of guys playing safety with him, but his durability has been outstanding. But now he's starting to get some chemistry with, Monte and everybody else. So, and then anytime you're in the same system for more than a year or two, it's going to help you. You're going to have more confidence and obviously play a lot better.
What was your feeling just overall about the game, the way the game developed? It seemed like it took a while for you guys to really get into rhythm there.
Yeah, it did. It did. Offensively, hats off to their defense. They played well. We had a couple penalties, stop drives, a fumble. We just got to do a better job, and take advantage of some of the plays that are there. But Trustway, he punted amazingly again today. Kept them backed up, making the Giants go a long way. So, it's just that type of game. And sometimes it's like that, and we'll take it, like I said.
Jay, you've had 2 division grind-out kind of wins the last couple of weeks. Do you feel like this team's got another level, obviously offensively, but is there another level that you guys can get to as a whole?
Well, that's the objective. We're trying to get better every week, stronger, smarter. But I like the way we're playing and competing. After the Saints game, it could have gone a lot of different ways with this football team. The leader stepped up, and that enough's enough, and we came out and competed and won 3 straight, which is a heck of a tribute to the veterans and of course the rookies on this football team. But we are still competing and still battling. I think there is a lot more we can get done, especially offensively, but defensively also.
Jay, obviously the defensive line's gotten a lot of credit for how the run defense has gone. What are some of the things that you feel maybe have been overlooked in how well in terms of who's helping and all that, and how well the run defense has been?
Yeah, the run defense, I've said many times, it takes 11. It really does. And then so the outside backers, obviously the defensive ends and sub, and inside backers, the safeties coming down, and then also being sound in coverage, because you commit too many guys to the run, then you got Odell Beckham one-on-one, and so it's tough. So I think it's a good mix there, but it's all about physical at the point of attack and getting off blocks, pursuing and making tackles. And right now, our guys are doing that at a very high level.
Jay, this is team's first 3-game winning streak since early in the 2016 season. First, does it feel like it's been that long? And how do you kind of keep this momentum going with Atlanta coming to town next week?
Yeah, it feels like it's been that long, yes. So we just got to keep grinding away. You know, we got a very talented Falcon team coming in, Matt Ryan, Julio, most new. I mean, obviously Ridley. I already know a little bit about him. So each week it's going to be a great challenge, and our guys have to understand that, and I know they do. We've taken our few punches on the chin, and we understand what it takes to prepare in this league and succeed, and it's going to take great preparation and work during the week.
Jay, when we asked Duran and John and Matt, what the secret is to their success, they just say that they play hard and that's it. But there's got to be something more than that, because guys previously here have played hard and hasn't looked like this. So what do those guys do that is different and special compared to some of the guys that you've had in the past?
That might be true for Matt. Matt does play hard, and he's also very strong. He's one of the strongest guys on our team, and he's a smart football player too. He understands leverages and double teams and all that. Jonathan and Duran, they are good. They were first rounders for a reason. You know, Duran is an unbelievable run player, great leverage, great hand strength, great idea of what plays are coming, getting off blocks, pursuit, never stops. And Jonathan's the same way. So those two guys together, like I said, we had a vision for those two guys. It's starting to come to fruition, obviously, and you got to keep them healthy, keep them working. They're great players.
Jay, what would you say has been the difference for Josh Doctson in the last 2 weeks? I mean, it seems like every time the ball is in his general area, he's making extremely tough catches these last 2
You
games.
can tell Josh is very hungry now. You can tell. And I'm not saying he wasn't hungry before, but I think he can feel that he belongs and he needs the ball. And he's never going to be a guy that's going to complain about it or throw his helmet on the sideline, but he's going to get more and more. You know, he had some tough catches today again, tight coverage, and, you know, we tried to get him a couple down the field. We just couldn't get it to him with a protection or what have you. But he's playing very well for us right now.
Going back to the run defense, McCaffrey, Elliott, Barkley, consecutive weeks, and you stopped each one of them. How impressed are you with that 3-game stretch with what they've done against those backs?
It's unbelievable, really. I mean, these are 3 really, really good backs. I mean Zeke and Barkley back-to-back, and obviously McCaffrey's very talented in his own right, but also don't forget about Cam Newton and Prescott. They're great runners with the ball also. So, like I said, it starts with the scheme. Greg and Tom Sewell are doing a great job, KO, and then the players have to buy in, and they have to perform. They have to get off blocks. They have to continually pursue, play with great leverage and hustle, and they're doing that.
Thanks, Coach. Come on, Adrian.
Can I get one?
Walk with them. Ninth all time.
Hello, everyone. Hello, good people.
Hey, Adrian. How good did it feel to score that touchdown after the costly fumble there?
It felt good, you know. It's been a long drought since I broke one, you know, and the guys just say, keep hitting it. Eventually we'll get one. But it felt good to break through and, you know, just to come back and refocus. You know, that's what we talk about throughout the week and, you know, before the game, overcoming adversity. You know, so for me it was about just locking in, letting that play go, and not letting it affect the next play.
Adrian, as you were getting towards the end zone, do you want to share any of your thoughts? Because there was one defender that was kind of creeping up on you, and there's 2 more very much on your heels. Can you walk us through your thoughts as you were making your way through the hole and almost there at the end zone and finally getting there?
Okay, so as I break through, I see one guy, it might have been a safety, who had a pretty good angle. And I think that I just recall saying, make sure I get my knees up, because I knew he pretty much would dive and try to take a shot, and that's what happened. So I stepped out of that one. And then I look up at the Jumbotron as I'm getting closer and approaching the 5-yard line and in. I'm just like, stay relaxed. Stay relaxed. I knew I had it. I knew I would probably have to reach, but my main focus was staying relaxed, because I've been talking to these defensive players, you know, about their turnovers and taking it, you know, try to advance the ball. And 9-6, he was so tight as soon as he took off. And I'm like, I know you're faster than that. So I couldn't put that on display that I got tight at the 2-yard line. So, yeah.
Adrian, it seems like every week you're passing somebody. This time it was Tony Dorsett. And you grew up in that area, what does passing a guy like that mean on the all-time list?
It means a lot. And he's a guy that inspired me, that I looked up to, playing for the Cowboys, and just accomplishing the things that he accomplished throughout his career. So, that's what I always kind of set myself to be able to accomplish one day, and now that it's here, I'll appreciate it and just continue to pass guys.
Adrian, Jay called Brandon Sheriff the best polar in pro football. Do you co-sign on that? And just what's it like running behind 75 when he gets moving, coming around the edge?
He's so dependable, and he gets around everything. And we were talking earlier this week, and it wasn't 16 the play that we called, but it was a counter play where he was pulling, and I just told him, hey, you do you, and I'll play off of you. He was like, do I need to be more patient? I'm like, the way you come around, just keep doing what you're doing, and I'll play off you. And that last play was a great example of that. I was able to wrap it around and take it to the house.
Adrian, when you were in Minnesota, you had a lot of games like this, 3 quarters of 2 yards, 3 yards, 2 yards, 3 yards, and then boom, fourth quarter you bust one. Was it good to finally see that happen again and feel like that's still in you, that's still in the tank, that's still possible?
Yeah, I knew that it was still in the tank. It was all about just taking advantage of that opportunity when it presented itself. And I've always been used to phantom feast, because that's how it is, especially playing a division game. New York, we knew they were coming and fight, and they did that today. But you just phantom feast, and then bam, eventually you'll break one. So it felt good. It did, without a doubt.
Adrian, after
Teams that now to be able to grind out these kinds of wins. This wasn't pretty today.
Yeah, unfortunately, you have games like this sometimes, on the road. But you have to be able to just keep grinding it out and, and putting your best foot forward. I feel like the defense played outstanding. And obviously, 7 sacks total as a group. That's amazing. 2 or 3 turnovers. Special teams stepped in and played a big role. But a win is a win, so it's all about just grinding. Keep pressing. And we did that today as a group and pulled off a big win for us.
Adrian, you guys started the season with a little bit of up and down play, but as you guys have now hit your stride as the halfway point of the season arrives, how do you guys feel about that?
We feel good, but, we won't get too excited because we know there's a lot that we need to work on and that we can improve on, so we'll take this win for what it is and get ready for this next game at home.
It's been a while since this team has won 3 games in a row back to the early in the 2016 season. How do you, as a veteran leader, kind of keep the guys focused on the here and now and not maybe looking ahead here now that you're 5-2?
Just being vocal, saying little things throughout the week, just continue to stack them. Just playing little seeds like that, a confidence. So that's pretty much how I go by it.
How good did it feel to get a reception touchdown too?
I know, huh? It felt good. I did. I did twice. I did score twice, huh? It felt good. I missed one, because my boys, they asked me, Dad, you going to score a touchdown for us, this weekend? I was like, 3 of you guys at home. So, you know what? I got you. So my 3-year-old, he probably won't, understand as much. But I know the big boys, they'll be happy to get these 2 balls.
Adrian, how much fun is it every week to come in there and play meaningful games now, for you?
I love the game, I'm passionate about it. So anytime I step on the field in a Redskin uniform, I'm putting my best foot forward and most importantly, enjoying my time playing with the fellas. That's what it's all about.
Thanks, AP.
All right, thanks.
DJ. Alex is next. Walk with him. Let me say you started your family.
What's going on?
Hey, DJ, could
How
you
y'all
talk
doing?
about just your performance today, but the defense's performance once again in a game like this against a divisional team?
Defense played great. We played lights out. Those guys up front did a great job containing 26. Back end, we made a lot. We made some plays. I made a few plays, something to get used to. But we going to keep it rolling.
DJ, you've been a leader since you got here, but how do you think you've improved as a player since you got here, just from a skill standpoint, production standpoint?
I think just my hard work paying off. I've been grinding for a long time. I'm a guru in the film. in the film room. That's something I take pride in. You know, I don't feel like nobody watches the game and studies the game like I do. So it's, you know, when I get out there on Sundays, it's extremely easy. So I just got to keep it rolling, keep standing in that film room, keep working hard like I'm doing, keep getting these guys ready to play on Sundays. We go on a long journey.
How different is it now in terms of it being easy? Like, was it easy when you got here, or at what point did you kind of cross that threshold where the game became a lot easier for you?
Second year in this system. You know, this is actually my first time of my career actually being in a system for 2 full years. I had 5 different head coaches, played in 5 different defenses. So this is only my second season in a defense where I feel comfortable. Now I'm comfortable in this defense. You know, it's just my God-given ability taking over right now.
DJ, how do you feel about the level of respect that you're getting as one of the top safeties in the league? Earlier today, Pro Football Focus, they listed their top 5. You were number 1, and then Clinton Dix was the picture,
right.
And you talked about that.
Right.
Do you feel like you're being recognized for what you're doing?
Disrespected, very disrespected. I watch that every week, and you know, when they put the number 1 guy up, they put their picture up. This was the first week they didn't put the number 1's picture up. You know, I feel like there was disrespect, so I tweeted them and said, make sure they watch this game today, because I wanted to show them that I am the best safety in this game, and I'm gonna keep doing that every week, week in and week out. So they just got to get mad at me.
DJ, on your first interception, it looked like you really just jumped off your guy and made the play on Manning. Is that something that you noticed on film, or kind of walk us through that play?
Right. Every time they get to the red zone, they like to steal a concept, and just showed like I was in man, and then came off on it. Just, you know, it's a film study and play, and you know, took advantage of it.
DJ, you've mentioned a couple times, keep it going, keep this rolling.
Right.
How do you do that as a veteran leader? Keep these guys in line and keep them working hard and focused and dialed in.
Well, you know, when we get back, we got to get on to Atlanta. You know, we're supposed to win this game. You know, we're supposed to beat a team that's 1-7. We're supposed to blow them out, truthfully. But you know, we got the W. That's all that matters. When we come in next week, you know, it's all focused. We're not happy. We're not. You know, it's all focused, man. It need to be all focused, attention to details. We still haven't did nothing around here. You know, we leading, but we haven't won the division. We haven't won the championship. We haven't won the Super Bowl. So there's no room for lackadaisical. There's no room to come around thinking like we did something. We ain't did nothing yet. You know, we just getting started. We just turning the stove on, man. We ain't even put the grease in yet. You feel me? So we just got to keep it rolling.
DJ, so in terms of the slant route, what was the offense that they were specifically running and the defense that you guys were specifically in on that play? And can you talk about your concentration level to basically come across and make that very difficult interception there?
Yeah, well, it was when Odell is at the number 2, you know, he does a few routes. So just studying the film, you just know he's going to come back in. I knew he was going to come back in, and it was just a matter of me slipping him and getting inside. I was able to do that and just made a play on the ball. You know, I do late catches every week in practice, you know, just late catches. And, you know, and I think that was a kind of late catch. So, you know, it was a late catch for me. So I think just it's all hard work paying off. You know, if I wouldn't be doing those late catches in practice, I might have not caught that pass. But, you know, it's just, hard work paying off. That's all it is.
All right. So we're waiting on Alex. We're waiting on us.
Appreciate you.
Other questions?